an option, I will remain lower, but PIP with side might be an option. So, the previous speakers already spoke about the mechanisms inducing GD, as we know them this year, and how people could prevent or minimize those. We have collapse that increases lung strain, we have tidal recruitment that increases inflammation, and we have regional homogeneities and solid-like behavior that increases regional stress as compared to average stress. And this is by increasing aeration at higher peak level, as in this patient. However, we might say that this doesn't induce recruitment per se, but rather that PIP stabilize recruitment. This is a study by my colleagues Stefano Flotti and Professor Gattinoni, showing that the opening volumes, or you can call them pressure, are higher when you inflate the lung. But then when you deflate those, the closing volumes are lower, so that if you put a PIP level between these two spikes, then you might have way more open up lung volume than when you inflate it. So during deflation, stopping at a certain PIP level stabilizes recruitment. So side, this is why I say not lower people, but even at a certain peak, not necessarily lower, side, which is a cyclic, short, low pressure recruitment maneuver, might fully exploit the recruitment associated with a certain peak level, because side cyclically induce recruitment and PIP keeps that open. Why side? Because side is physiology. This is electrical impedance tomography recording of a breathing of a medical student, healthy, 25, 24-year-old, watching a movie or reading a book. We did an experiment, let's say, in quiet, resting conditions, and you see that cyclically there are deep breaths within normal physiologic respiration. In patients, side might be reduced. There are evidence about this, but this is a patient with a post-operative respiratory failure treated by helmet CPAP. I don't know if you are familiar with this. However, it's continuous CPAP through the helmet, and PIP was 5, FiO2 50%. And here is again electrical impedance tomography recording of air and expiratory lung volume. And here, where there is the red bar, we change PIP from 5 to 10. The end expiratory lung volume has a step, changes here, which is expected, because you increase the end expiratory pressure, you increase the end expiratory lung volume. But then here, there is another steep change, similar in magnitude to this, not associated to a change in PIP. What happened here? The patient took 2 large breaths. You can see them here. The impedance going up means large breath, and this changed the end expiratory lung volume at the same PIP level, very likely inducing a recruitment, which is then stabilized by the higher PIP level of 10. How to apply side to mechanical ventilation? I have to admit that each study, physiologic study that is published, has a different way to set side, and this introduces some heterogeneity, and we might need to decide how we want to apply side. These are some examples. This is side during pressure support. So this patient is active, and this is a side. So it's a breathe CPAP at higher pressure level. We usually use 30 or 35 for 2 to 3 seconds. How often? We did a study on rate, but the least rate you can do with most commercially available ventilator is 1 per minute. Instead, these two examples introduce a side during controlled ventilation. And these are 3 large breaths, so the tidal volume is increased during controlled ventilation. Or this is a transient PEEP change. So the PEEP with the same tidal volume is increased by 5 centimeters of water, and this increases the inspiratory pressure. So if we have to pick one option, we could say that maybe performing side with the pressure control in a pressure mode might maximize its effect, because the pressure doesn't have a volume limit. So if you at the high pressure recruits lung, you will be able to have more volume going into the lung. Instead, during controlled volume ventilation, when you reach the set volume, even though you have recruitment, you will not have more volume coming from the ventilator into the lung of the patient. So this is a personal indication, but if I have to pick something, I will choose the pressure mode to deliver side. What are the physiological effects in literature? The first, most evident, even at the bedside, is that it increases the oxygenation in the patient. This is improvement in oxygenation during controlled ventilation, and this is a study during pressure support ventilation, with side, no side, and side. Sorry, this is side in the middle, which is increases ventilation. This is wrong. And this is with side, improved oxygenation, decreased shunt. Then side, likely inducing recruitment, improves the respiratory mechanics. Here you have elastance, which is decreased by side, and you have the partitioned elastance. The black one is the chest wall, which doesn't change, and the white one is the lung elastance, which is affected by side in a positive way. Recruitment might improve the lung mechanics. And this is another example. In this paper, side was applied as a transient increase in PEEP, and you see compliance improving during the side period. The side period is VRM in this. This is our study that we published in Critical Care Medicine in 2015. This is a patient monitored by electrical impedance tomography. This is application of side as a pressure controlled 3 seconds, 35 centimeters of water, once per minute breath, and the rest is tidal pressure support breathing. And you see that when you remove side at the same PEEP level, PEEP is the green line, then the expiratory lung volume decreases rapidly. These are minutes. And this is another example. And the end expiratory lung volume back up with the application of side again. Is that recruitment? Well, electrical impedance tomography, and in general the study used with side, measures aeration, not decrease of lung collapse. So this is an improvement in aeration, and this is a decrease in aeration. But these were not air trapping patient, not COPD patient, because another option could be this could be autopsy. But it's very unlikely to be that. I don't know if John Marini agrees, because this is an effect in hypoxemic patient without problems of resistance. The tidal volume in this study, which is in part decided by the effort, determined by the effort of the patient, decreased. Why? Because side has an effect also on respiratory effort, as we will see later. But this means that the ratio between the tidal volume and the end expiratory lung volume, which we might call strain, was improved by the application of side. And that is one of the determinants of ventilator-induced lung injury. Then we have inhomogeneity. Here is a inhomogeneity during tidal volume insufflation as assessed by electrical impedance tomography, which is reduced by side. And you see here, this is the breath split in 8 parts, so this is inflation of the lung. And you see the blue is the tidal volume reaching non-dependent lung region, and the red reaching dependent lung region during insufflation. And you see that with side they are nearer, so the homogeneity of ventilation during insufflation of the tidal volume is improved. Here instead is a study on mice with acid-induced acute lung injury, and the application of side improved homogeneity of alveolar expansion. How did they look at this? With the intravital microscopy, a microscopy applied to the lung of the mice with the open thorax, with the open chest, and directly measuring the volume of the alveoli at end expiration and end expiration. And you see in this graph that's application of side, that is the gray, in comparison to acid, which is the black, made occult Candleluft, what we now know and Ivan explained before, disappear. You see that negative ventilation, this side, almost disappeared with side, while it was significantly represented during acid injury without side. Finally, as I said before, during spontaneous breathing, so during pressure support in active patient, side seems to reduce respiratory drive as assessed by PO1 and respiratory effort. We measured in our study respiratory effort by P-mass index. I don't know if you are familiar with this. Is the difference between plateau pressure and inspiratory plateau pressure during occlusion and the sum of PEEP and pressure support. So what is added to peak inspiratory pressure until plateau is a sign, is an index of the activity of the patient, of the effort of the patient. And this was decreased by side application. This is likely due to the mandatory minute ventilation imposed by side or by Ehrenbrecher effect, if it's the correct pronunciation, or by recruitment maybe, we don't know. But in the end, this reduces tidal volume and might delay respiratory muscle fatigue, for example. Are there risks in the application of side? Might be. There are no clinical data, no clinical long-term data, and there are a few experimental data. In this experiment, side in extrapulmonary ARDS, which could be like septic shock or pancreatitis, increased inflammation. Side is a large volume applied to the lungs, so there might be risk, but the low rate and the positive physiological effect that I showed you might outweigh these risks. This is a summary of the effect of side that I just explained. To stay in time, all these physiologic data generates this hypothesis that side might decrease the risk of ventilator-induced lung injury by reducing FiO2, driving transpulmonary pressure, lung strain, ventilator homogeneity, and could also preserve respiratory muscle function. But there is no randomized control trial yet. So we designed this randomized control trial, which will include patients on pressure support with acute hypoxemic respiratory failure and ARDS. They will undergo a side test, then side will be applied in a randomized fashion in the two groups. One group will be treated by standard pressure support as standard of care. The other will be standard pressure support plus side, delivered once per minute in pressure control at 30 centimeters of water. And you can do that already with the ventilators you have. Sample size is 200, 100 per arm. So if you want to participate, just write me an email because we need recruiting centers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tommaso. Any question from the floor?